Hello everyone, my name is Adeniyi Macarthy. I'm your host at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. This Friday, the 22nd of December 2023, we'll be discussing a very important topic, even though it's the festive season. The topic is how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. And my guest, Guffey, Rebecca, will be live with me in the studio to discuss this. Hear what she has to say about the show.
Hi everyone, it's the festive season and there is the tendency to want to paint the town red. I love to marry, but I know that Detty December should not affect the new year. I am Rebecca Guffey, an online business coach and consultant. I will be live at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. Here I will be talking on how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. Join me at this conversation to learn how you can enjoy the festive season without breaking the bank. Time is 7 p.m. Don't miss it. See you there.
All right. It's a beautiful evening here in Lagos, Nigeria, and we are here live again to bring the show to you so that you can enjoy the privilege of the conversation here at the Corporate Live Studio. Thank you very much, everyone, for staying tuned to join us in the conversation tonight. It's going to be an interesting conversation as usual, and tonight we have a special topic brought to your view, brought to your hearing, and you will do us a favor by also making sure that you drop your comments in the comment section as we go live into the conversation. Remember, it is a yellow tie season, and we expect everyone to come with their smiles and questions or opinion or suggestions for us on this show tonight. And with me in the studio is no other person than my guest tonight, Guffey Rebecca. Thank you very much, Guffey Rebecca, for staying by. I mean, we've been in the studio for quite a while right now, looking at how we can put things together to make sure that our audience enjoy this session tonight. What do you have to say to the audience tonight?
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's good to have you here. Thanks for joining us on this show. It's going to be an interesting one.
Thank you very much, Guffey. Thank you very much, Guffey. Guffey, tell us a little bit about yourself before we dive into the conversation tonight. Tonight we're talking about how to marry wide and cheap in this festive season. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and so we can then come straight to the topic of our conversation tonight.
All right, I'm Rebecca Guffey, as he already said, and I'm an online business coach and consultant. I help sorry, there's a lot of background noise around me. Thank you very much. I help single moms, stay-at-home moms, and 9-to-5 workers to start and grow their online businesses. And I also help them to scale their businesses to 6 to 7 figures online. And all of this they can do from home.
Wow.
I had this as a passion because, for one thing, I was in the 9-to-5 industry for 9 years. Let me say more than 9 years, but corporate 9-to-5 for 9 years actually. And I see the struggle. It's not something I really wanted to continue, and that is why I dived into the online space, and it has been really, really rewarding. And I also understand the struggles that single moms, especially because I was a single mom, stay-at-home moms, and other people that are 9-to-5 workers had to face in the corporate world. And for those that don't love it, there are people that just love to be in the corporate world. There's people that it's their dream, it's their passion to be there. But for those that don't have it as a passion, I'm just really happy to let them know that there is another path that can also be as fulfilling. There's another path they can take that can be that can give them the result they're actually looking for. We're all looking for money, right? So
Yeah,
if we
yeah,
can
we're
get
all
it
looking for
while at
money.
home, why not?
All right, thank you very much. That is a beautiful introduction, and I love your area of specialization and the way you niche. I mean, to a particular set of the citizen of the country. I mean, focusing on sit at home mom. The way you call it also is inspiring. Was the word coined from your own mind, or you saw it somewhere? Because it's as if there are sit at home mom. I think what we call them usually is
Stay at home mom.
stay
Stay at home
stay
mom.
at home. Or I'm trying to remember that exact word, not just stay at home mom. Sit at home
Okay.
mom
Full-time
still sounds
housewife.
housewife. Thank you, full housewife, full housewife. That is what. That's what. Full housewife. Full housewife. Oh, see the way you
Full-time
branded
housewife.
housewife with sit
Yeah.
at home, stay at home mom. Like interesting what you do there. I love that. I love that. And
Thank you
I
very
think
much.
our conversation will benefit more of the sit at home mom, or maybe it will benefit more of the
Yeah.
go out mom. What will you call those corporate mom?
Um, they are the corporate moms. They are the corporate moms. I mean, they do mostly some moms, like majority of the moms that stay at home, they stay at home because of their kids, really. So that's why is I think that name stay at home works better than full-time housewives, because
Hmm.
they are not just housewives, they are there because of their kids majorly. Like I think 80% of the time they are there because of their kids. So I think the mom part kind of does it more justice than the housewife part.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let's dive into the conversation for tonight. It's gonna be an interesting one. So if you're watching us live right now, let's take this moment. Let's take a timeout. Let's take a short break, and when we return back, while we are on that break, please do us a favor. Quickly invite your friends, tell your loved ones to join us in this conversation, because what we're about to discuss, when we return, you will understand why we chose this topic for you today. So, meanwhile, when we go on break in few seconds, in that break period, please invite your friends, let them join us in the conversation tonight as we continue on the show tonight. Remember, this is Corporate Live Show with McAden. I remain your humble host. I'm Macarthy Adeniyi. You can always call me McAden. And with me in the studio tonight is Guffey Rebecca. Thank you. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, my name is Adeniyi Macarthy. I'm your host at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. This Friday, the 22nd of December 2023, we'll be discussing a very important topic, even though it's the festive season. The topic is how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. And my guest, Guffey Rebecca, will be live with me in the studio to discuss this. Hear what she has to say about the show.
Hi everyone, it's the festive season and there is a tendency to want to paint the town red. I love to marry, but I know that Detty December should not affect the new year. I am Rebecca Guffey, an online business coach and consultant. I will be live at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. Here I will be talking on how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. Join me at this conversation to learn how you can enjoy the festive season without breaking the bank. Time is 7 p.m. Don't miss it. See you there.
Hello everyone, my name is Adeniyi Macarthy. I'm your host at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. This Friday, the 22nd of December 2023, we'll be discussing a very important topic, even though it's the festive season. The topic is how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. And my guest, Guffey, Rebecca, will be live with me in the studio to discuss this. Hear what she has to say about the show.
Hi everyone, it's the festive season and there is a tendency to want to paint the town red. I love to marry, but I know that Detty December should not affect the new year. I am Rebecca Guffey, an online business coach and consultant. I will be live at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. Here I'll be talking on how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. Join me at this conversation to learn how you can enjoy the festive season without breaking the bank. Time is 7 p.m. Don't miss it. See you there.
All right. Yes, we are back. I hope you have invited your friends to join us in the conversation tonight. I can see the number increasing. People are watching us right here, right in the studio. Here we are transmitting to about 4 different platforms. Let me shock you. Let me bust your bubble right now that we are live on Facebook. We are live on LinkedIn. We are live on YouTube. And we are also live on Instagram, so you can watch us on any of those platforms. And if you are watching us right now, do us a favor, drop a comment, and we will extend our greetings to you from the studio tonight. And the team, greetings from the team will be extended to you as our audience. And you can never tell what gift items will be going out as Christmas gift. So those that are watching us tonight, if you will stay tuned till the end of the conversation right now, and remember, keep engaging us with those opinions, those thoughts as we continue in the conversation. Yes, I can see some people already joining us already across different platforms. I can see people joining us on on YouTube, and I hope others joining us on other platforms will be able to join us. We'll be able to drop a comment so that I can actually mention their names as they join us. So I have a Facomist joining us right now. Facomist is joining us right now. Thank you very much, Facomist, for joining us on the show tonight. Others that have joined us, I can see the numbers. It's only that we can't get the name. If you don't drop a comment, we won't be able to identify with you. If you don't drop a comment, we won't be able to see you if you don't drop a comment. So if you're joining us live right now, please drop a comment and please invite your friends to join us. My guest and I will continue with the conversation, hoping that others join us in the conversation. How do you feel this evening, Rebecca? How do you feel? Tell us a little bit about your how you've been able to manage pressure of the Christmas coming up on Monday morning. All right, let's hear from you, Rebecca.
There's no pressure on my side, actually. Everything is going smoothly. Everything is going cool, so there's no pressure.
Well. Pardon me for asking that question. I've forgotten actually that you are a sit-at-home coach, so you can't have any pressure coming to you because you've been managing pressure for a long time, and this one will not be one of those ones that will that will bring pressure to your decks. Okay. Thank you very much. So we will continue with the conversation, and we're going straight to the questions for tonight's discussion. Remember, the topic we're considering tonight is how to marry wide and cheap in this festive season. And one of the reasons why this topic is very important, maybe I should allow my guest to actually explain to us why is this topic. Why do you think this topic is very important, and why are you the one speaking about this topic tonight?
Okay, I didn't actually expect to be speaking about this, but I've had experience of people around me while I was in my corporate job, and even around me in the environment, my friends. I've seen how people have kind of mismanaged their resources during festive seasons, and when the festivities are over, it's like they are faced with reality that, well, the festivities are not the only thing that you have to deal with. You have to deal with life after the festivities. So I've seen people work from January to December, and they manage to save a good amount of money. And by the end of December, they are broke. And as early as when you are resuming for work by, say, January 2nd or 3rd or 5th, you have police coming to you and asking you, hey, can I have this? Can I have this amount from you? Can I have that amount from you? Like, it's funny how we can get carried away by festivities when it comes to, Yoruba call it inowo now, like we are spending money. That's the meaning of festivities. Yeah, you want to spend money. So they just feel like, okay, we should spend the money is there. So it's a very, very relevant topic. People can get prepared for, January has 90 days. We don't want to be caught unawares.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Let's go on straight to the conversation. Let's move on straight to the questions we have for tonight's conversation. Remember, we have just 1 hour for this show, and we'll spend some minutes already. So let's move straight to the first question, Rebecca. How can one marry white and not break the bank?
Yeah, what you do before you start marrying, what you do before you even start planning for the marry is what will determine if you will not break your bank and if you will not be stranded eventually. For one thing, I think before you start the holiday spending, you have to first determine how much do you have to spend, how much are you willing to spend, how much is reasonable for you to spend, how much would you need to spend that is not going to break into your finances and affect other very essential things in your life. So the first thing you need to do before you start is to set aside things for your monthly and yearly essentials. There are some things you have to, like, this is December. Some people had to pay their rent November end or December end or even January end. Now, if you are not the person that, you're not the kind of person that already sets aside money for that, which is something everybody should be doing. You should have a rent account. Like, okay, I'm working, I'm making this open to everybody, like for salary earners, business owners, everybody needs this. Have money set aside for your rent, because especially for those people that will be paying rent around the festive season, it's not going to be easy if they don't plan for it and they get carried away and spend all the money they have. And by the time the festivities are over, your rent is staring you in the face and you don't have money to pay your rent. So that is one very, very essential thing. You have to put aside money. It doesn't matter how much you have, but you have to determine what do you have for the festivities. That's for one thing. The next thing you have to put aside money for is you have to eat. It doesn't matter if you eat a year's worth of food during the festivity, your stomach will still tell you, I need food when the time comes. So that January, you will still need to eat. So what I advise people to do is, even before you start preparing for your December spending, prepare aside your January money, set it aside. Be clear about that. If you are going to buy food stuff for January, the non-perishable food, buy your non-perishable food in December, if possible, for January. Then the food that you need to buy that are perishable. Our system, our power system in Nigeria is not reliable. So your perishable food, put the money aside for your perishable food as you have bought your own non-perishable food. Then another thing you need to set aside money for is transportation. When you get back to work, you will need to commute. I'm talking about people Forget about the stay-at-home moms. There is no commute, yes. But people that go to a job, corporate world, you have to go to work. And if you are living in big cities, especially, you have to spend money on transportation. Set that aside. And emergency, you may need paracetamol, you may need to treat malaria in January. Before your salary comes, you need to set money aside for those things. Then for business people, this is the tricky part. Business people like us, and especially other business people that does daily business, they make sales daily. It can be really tricky because December is a time that you are going to be having the most money throughout all the year, because that is where you are going to be making the most sales in your business. And it is so tricky because you'll be having a lot of money with you and you think you have to start spending. But the truth is, the more money you have with you, the less your inventory, the less money, the less stock you have on your business. So that is why you have to put aside the money. Don't just assume that everything with you is your profit and you need to start spending that. No, you put aside the money, the capital that you use to start your business in January, before you start planning to spend, before you know what you have to spend for December, for the festivities. Those are very important things that you have to do before you start.
All right, thank you very much. Before you start, remember, January will come, whether you like it or not. Whether it's December is so sweet, January will come. I need to ask you, what do you have for me? And February too will come. It will ask you, where are your children's school fees? Oh, what a wonderful time and what a wonderful topic for us to discuss at this point in time. As we continue with this conversation, you may wonder as an audience, why are we discussing this? Nobody discussed this kind of topic on a social media engagement, and no TV station will even bring this up with you to care enough to even want you to save. And one of the tricky things I've seen that happen with this kind of season is more businesses want you to spend. So there will be more adverts coming to your screen, flashing things that are of interest to you, and you have the tendency, because now you have bonuses, you have a 13th month, you have this allowance, that allowance towards the end of the year. So the tendency to want to spend will be there, and that is what we're trying to preach against, because as a professional you need planning. And when we talk about planning, this is what takes us to the next question for Rebecca to help us out. How can one plan a budget, a friendly budget, yet manageably? I mean, sorry, pardon me for that. How can one plan a budget friendly yet memorable holiday meet and celebration, and yet meet a memorable holiday meet and celebration? I hope you understand that question. Please pardon me.
Yeah, let me just take it from the Nigeria perspective.
Mm-hmm.
A budget friendly yet memorable holiday meal, right?
Yeah.
So now, usually in the Nigeria setting, people come home. That's the time, like in my village right now, everybody is going home, and they even add some people that are supposed to have some activities to do, like marriages and all of that. They just prefer to just put it close to this time because they want a lot of people to be there, to be present at their parties and all of that. Now the thing is, as a Nigerian, many people have gone out of home, as in out of their town, out of their states of origin, out of their
Mm-hmm.
grandmother's place, and everybody is going back this time. If we want to plan a budget friendly one, the truth is, the people that are coming, what would they appreciate?
Mm.
What would tick as make it memorable for them? You want a budget friendly meal. It doesn't have to be expensive, but memorable. That is what you are
Mm-hmm.
trying to plan. For me, my idea would be that as these people are coming back home, think about what do they regularly have as their meal. Like people staying in the cities, they have mostly junks, and they hardly have native, they hardly have their native foods, meals served. probably they don't have the time to go get the ingredients for their native meals and all of that. And the truth is they enjoy these meals. So the people would appreciate it more instead of you cooking the normal conventional food that they are all used to, they've been eating from January to December. Why not cook something that you know that they would hardly ever cook in their own home? And it will be very cheap, but it will be memorable because they will be so happy. This is something they love to eat, but they don't have the time to cook it, or they don't have the time to go source for the ingredients for that meal. But it's not going to cost you much, but you end up making it memorable for them, and everybody will be happy.
All right,
That's
thank
just
you.
one thing that's just one thing that can really click for people that are actually coming for these festivities.
All right, thank you very much, Rebecca. Let me just add to that. I think you should not say because everyone is going home and then you want to feed everyone because you are looking at cutting your costs right now. I think you should actually decide not to go home when everybody is going home. That's for me.
That's another
You should
tip.
not go home when everybody is going home because you want
Yeah,
to cut your expenses. Who are
of
you trying to
course.
what? The question is, who are you trying to impress? These people don't care. They care less about your pocket. And you're going to come
Oh,
back to Lagos and start hustling, or go back to the city and start hustling from wherever you are hustling. No, 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 no. You shouldn't go home when everybody is at home.
that's true. That's true. But you are going to have, whether you go home or not, you're going to have some visitors, and that is going to be
Yes,
some
that is the
discipline.
idea. You will definitely have visitors.
Yeah.
You will definitely have visitors, except you have more than enough to waste around because you want to show off. You will, in fact, because you are going home when others are going home, the tendency to want to show off, even when you don't even have the capacity to show off, will be there. So
That's true.
this is a period when most of these rapid loan applications will sell more because you want to show off and you want
Ah,
to show off to your friends.
this person did this.
Mm-hmm.
I need to
You
measure
want to do
up.
it.
I
Which I
have
need
been
to
in the
meet up.
city for 5 years, and he's just been there for 2 years.
Can you imagine? You get the logic. You get the logic. So because of our time, it's a wonderful conversation actually. I do hope I wish others are joining us to enjoy this conversation. Rebecca, the festive season period to actually give to loved ones. I hope you have something to give me because I can see the spirit of the festiveness in you already. I can see it in your body. Your appearance is already showing that your face is radiating Christmas already. And I'm talking about gifts all at this point in time. Are there any specific strategies for what? For finding low cost low cost but meaningful gift for loved ones during this festive season. What are your suggestions? How do you manage this? Because you want to satisfy everybody, not because you want to impress anyone, but you want to just, give out.
Yeah, there's this tendency to want to give gifts. It's part of the festivities. That's what people do. So I would think that a very good strategy idea is, for me, what about cards? Those types of cards, like right now, many people are not even saying much about cards anymore. But the reason why I love cards is that, number one, they are personalized. I mean, you can personalize cards, and they are not expensive. And
Yeah.
when you are talking to somebody, it's just like, if you want to buy an expensive gift, you can decide to buy an expensive gift and give it to a lot of people, and there is no personal touch to it. There's that
Mm-hmm.
feeling of, um, this is me giving you this because you are this. It's not there. Now,
Mm.
for those cards, which can even be handmade, can be handwritten. If someone if you have someone that has very good handwriting, like my younger brother, if I want to do a thing like that, I would just give him what to write, and he would just write it out in a card, like in fancy handwritings. Those are DIY things that people can actually do. You don't have to break the bank to give gifts. The purpose of gifting is to make the other person feel loved. The purpose of gifting is to make the other person know that you are thinking about them. So would it not even be better to tell them what you are thinking about them than for you to just give them an impersonal gift that doesn't have anything to do with them, but it could even be expensive and you end up spending a lot of money? Then another thing I also see is you could even write a simple letter of appreciation to somebody and tell them how they have affected your life in this past year, in the year that's going by, and why you would like to have them in as part of your life in the future. Be specific about how they have impacted you. Those are the kind of gifts that will actually make people feel that sense of, this person is talking to me, and this is me. This person is giving me this gift, and this is me. This is not just a generic thing that everybody is receiving. So that's personal touch. I think that makes it easy on our pockets, and it has more impact on the people we are gifting them out to.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for that thought, personal touch, for your gift items. One thing that struck my mind, an idea came to my head, and I will share a practical example of something someone shared with me. I think 2 years ago, and I think I should start practicing that. And I'm going to share that idea with us today on this show, while we have this conversation. First is, do you know what happened? What is that event? What's the name of that event that is so peculiar with November? Can you remember, Rebecca?
November?
Yes, November.
Is it teachers?
No, it's an event that involves buying and selling.
Oh, Black Friday.
Black
Mhm.
Friday. Thank you, thank you. Black Friday is a period when things comes down. The price of things comes down. So buy in November. Don't wait till December. That's my own strategy
Yeah.
number one.
Uh-huh.
So buy in
Yes.
November. So why
Mm-hmm.
do you have to wait? Then how do you ensure that you have enough in November? That's the strategy number two. Strategy number two. How do you ensure that you have enough in November? Start saving from January.
Do you know when when we were little,
Yeah.
what my mom does is, my mom actually, our family and even I right now, I don't wait for any particular time before I start doing anything. But what my mom does, we were six in number. So you can imagine if my mom was waiting for any particular time before she will make purchase of anything for the kids. So what she does is, if she just raise some money, she will buy for a particular kid. Maybe she will buy a dress for a particular kid. That's a strategy that some parents can use, especially parents that have more than one kids. Instead
Mhm.
of saving the money, trying to save the money and take the children out for shopping, why not start buying these things? You don't have to wait till November. You don't even have to wait till November. Start buying this thing. Maybe a dress for one of the girls, a dress, a shirt, and the outfit for the one of the boys, another month, just like that. And before you get to the time you are doing the festivities, everybody is covered. And it kind of had this effect on us when we were kids, that when our mom came home with maybe a shoe for one of our siblings, it didn't affect us because we knew that very soon our mom is going to get ours. That jealousy wasn't there. So it can also work with gifts, really. You can start getting gifts from as early as even April, May. And like you said, it's really start early and save. And if possible, you can even have, like I said before, about having a salary account, a rent account. You can even have an account for those things. Just be putting in a little bit of money every month or whatever, however you get your money, and start saving for that. And eventually, when the time comes, everything will go smoothly. Then you don't have to spend too much on it. That's just the truth.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope the points made are clear enough for whoever wants. And if you have not done that this year, don't try to impress anybody, because me, number one, I don't care. I don't care, and I'm sure Rebecca, you don't care either. So,
Um,
if somebody is trying to impress you now, you just be wondering who is who is she impressing? After all, she's the one that is going to work hard enough in January to be able to
uh-huh.
meet up. All right,
It's the
so that
one
you
that will
don't
be
work hard
crying
enough
in
in January.
January.
Yeah, so that you don't work hard enough in January, we're going to ask this next question. In what ways, Rebecca, in what ways can someone leverage DIY? Because you mentioned that project to add a personal touch to their holiday celebration without spending much. You know, we're talking about holiday celebration now. Let's leave out the gift items. I know you mentioned that part of the gift items where you can add personal touch, handmade card, and the likes. Now, gift. I mean, aside that, how do you use your God-given talent and to also make things? To what are your suggestions? And I will share with you my own story. Okay, let's move on.
All right. Okay. On that DIY,
Mm-hmm,
said it's not about this time it's not about gift, but things that you can actually do that will make the celebration interesting. Do you
mm-hmm,
know that these decorations that you get out there, the different decorations that you use, they can actually be made, someone can learn them, one can learn them. You can buy those materials for the decorations, and if there are people that can make bouquet of flowers, beautiful flowers, they just have to buy these whatever materials they use, the cardboard paper or the ribbons or whatever, and they just use scissors and tie, they cut it in. I've watched so many videos like that, very interesting videos like that on TikTok, where you can make these beautiful decorations that you need in your house to make this lightings and all that, all those beautiful things that make the environment beautiful. And also my brother, I remember my brother used to be able to make some lightings when we were little, though he's no longer doing that now. You know, when people grow old, they lose some of the interesting things that they used to do when they were little. But the thing is, my brother used to be able to make lightings, and it used to be very, very interesting. So if you can actually just go on TikTok and say, okay, what do I need to be buying? What do I need to make decorations? What do I need to do this? And see if you can make some of those things you need for your decorations yourself instead of buying them. That will reduce a lot of cost.
mm. Thank you very much. See if you can make those things yourself instead of buying. And the truth is, actually, you can make a lot of things yourself. I remember while growing up, at home, there is these shapes we make with paper, in between paper, to form something like this that intertwine between paper, and we roll it across the entire apartment with balloons. Sometimes we'll pick pictures of the family members, our loved ones. We'll pick it and then add it to the what's it called, to the thread that is already tied across the apartment, so that we can show signs. And some cards too are made for the family, so we hang all these things. And my dad then had a lot of cards, a lot of cards. That was when cards were still very much cards were still very much uh cards were still very much interestingly used, and it made a lot of sense then for people to actually use cards. So today, in today's world, people don't actually buy into physical card, but you can also make a digital card. You can make digital card for your loved ones, fine. For people that appreciate. So for I think is dependent on now when what kind of family settings do you have, what are the things you can do as an individual. Go online, check YouTube, and you can learn a lot of skills that will help you beautify your homes for the festive season. So I believe that with that, we will be able to have a very good memorable Christmas and Happy New Year. We're gonna take a break now, and when we return back, we do hope more people join us in the conversation, and we want to see more comments in the comment section as we continue with the conversation. Remember, this is a couple live show with McAden, and I am your host. I am Macarthy Adeniyi. We'll see very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, my name is Adeniyi Macarthy. I'm your host at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. This Friday, the 22nd of December 2023, we'll be discussing a very important topic, even though it's the festive season. The topic is how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. And my guest, Guffey, Rebecca, will be live with me in the studio to discuss this. Hear what she has to say about the show.
Hi everyone, it's the festive season and there is the tendency to want to paint the town red. I love to marry, but I know that Detty December should not affect the new year. I am Rebecca Guffey, an online business coach and consultant. I will be live at the Corporate Live Show with McAden. Here I will be talking on how to marry cheap and wide in this festive season. Join me at this conversation to learn how you can enjoy the festive season without breaking the bank. Time is 7 p.m. Don't miss it. See you there.
All right. Welcome back. We are back. I'm back to the next question for Rebecca. Because of our time, we want to move with a speed, not that of light, because we will move beyond the studio. And God knows where we will land. Anyway, thank you very much for staying tuned. For those that are watching us live right now, and for those that will be joining us live again, remember today's conversation is the last one for the year 2023 at the Corporate Live Show, and we're so grateful. We're so thankful. We spent 1 year and about 3 months now. Since September, we clock 1 year, and today this month makes it another 3 months of operation or of activity of engagement with nice content, nice conversation here at the Corporate Live Studio for our audience benefit and enjoyment, for our education, and for our what? For our for our good. So we're moving on to the next question. Thank you very much, Rebecca, for staying tuned. I hope you've been enjoying the conversation.
Yes,
Rebecca, can you
it's
hear me,
been
please?
interesting, and I can see in the comment section someone said she would rather just stay at home. That's Judah, right? Yeah, that's a very
Wow. That's interesting. Let me go.
thing to
Okay, maybe
do.
before I go to the
I
next
mean,
question, let me go to the audience view and see who are those that are live with us in the audience section. Okay, I see someone here, Olatoye Ayomide. Olatoye Ayomide is saying, yeah, somebody like me is not even going to leave my house that day. That's interesting. That's
yeah,
interesting. That's interesting. Okay, thank you very much, Olatoya Ayomide, for your comments in the for this conversation. Thank you very much. We appreciate you for joining us on the show tonight. So we hope to have more comment from the audience as you join us in the conversation. If you join us and you're not making any comment, we won't be able to identify with you because we won't see you. We can only see those that are making comment, that are dropping comments. And we are live on Instagram, YouTube. We're live on LinkedIn and on Facebook. So next year we're going to be more. We're going to be more deliberate about being live and getting more audience to join us in the conversation. Please, if you're making comments, let us also know where you're joining us from. If you're joining us, let's know where you're joining us from, and we'll extend the greetings to you. So back to the question because of our time. I hope we have enough time. So Rebecca, you need to be fast and be direct with your response to each of the questions that we can move very fast. So kindly mention some cost-effective travel tips for those planning to visit family and friends during the festive season. Do you think there are any cost-effective travel plans that can be made at this point in time? especially in Nigeria?
Yes, there are cost-effective travel plans. Like for
Okay.
the people in the East, I know they love to travel a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
it will be more cost effective for them to go through. I have friends that travel to the East, and they like to travel through the night bus. I know it's not so good, but they are going on this very big bus. So there is really nothing. There's no big deal about it. And another thing that could also help with travel cost is when you book your okay, it could be your flights or you book your trip early, you get a cheaper rate. That's one thing I've seen in most cases, especially in
Mm.
flights. But I think it also work in these buses. When you are going traveling on buses, and if instead of going on a flight, instead of going on a flight, we now have some subways like the train services in some parts of the country. You can use the train. Like if I was going to Abuja from where I live, I think going on train will be a lot more cost effective than if I travel by air. And another thing that could also help is for you to be flexible with your traveling date. It should not be set on stone that it must be this day that I must travel. If it is not this day, I'm not going. If you can be flexible, I think you can still get cheaper rates on the road. And as there's another way, which may be a little risky, but we'll call it sole. So instead of going to parks, you can use sole, and just there are people that are just when I used to stay in Ibadan, and I was traveling, you see people on the roads. It's very, very cheap. They will tell you I got a bus from Ibadan to Benin for 1,500, and you're like, what? Are you serious?
Well, that can be very dangerous, That can be very dangerous.
Yeah, it can be. It
Oh,
can
okay.
be.
Okay. I'll leave those opinions to the audience to decide on their choice of
Yeah,
travel
but
plan.
the thing is, in most cases, especially if you are, I think where that is really dangerous is when you go to very secluded places. Those bad people, they hardly go to very busy places. They don't go to busy places. They go to very secluded places. So, and one should also be very careful. Actually, everything
All
is
right,
actually risky.
one should be very careful. If I want to add to that, one of the things I want to buttress one of your points, have a travel plan ahead. Have a travel plan ahead. I think if you plan, if you plan, if you plan to travel in December, you can actually book your flight if you're going to go by air. Book your flight maybe mid of the year. Book your flight ahead. And if you're not going to go by air, why not just book? I mean, you can also book your bus. We have some companies who does that, and we have some company who release their buses for hiring. So you don't necessarily have to wait till December. I think planning is what this conversation is more about. Planning. How do you plan your travel plans? Your Christmas period. How do you plan those expenses that you're going to come up with? Planning is very, very important. Planning is very, very important for you. So if you plan ahead, you'll be able to spend cheaper. I don't know if there are some bosses that will do Black Friday. I know I so much love Black. Maybe some flight tickets will sell their ticket for Black Friday too. So you buy it in Black Friday. They don't know that your plan is to travel in December. You are buying it during that period. Use the
Exactly.
opportunity of discount period to also make plans for your festive season. Your discount period, the discount period for sales. Use it to make plan for your festive expenditure. So you don't have to actually spend so much when you could have avoided those expenses. Because of our time, we quickly want to move to the next question. And the next question is to you, Rebecca. How can individual sorry, how can individual take advantage of seasonal sales? Like what I just mentioned, seasonal sales and discount to save money on festive shopping. Shop. I want to shop.
So that is why we said start early, because if you start early and you've already put all these things in place, this is what you need, you know, this, you know what you need for the festive seasons. And when you go to Jumia and you see that the price, Jumia is doing Black Friday, you know, Jumia, their own Black Friday is very, very
Hey,
frequent
Jumia is not
all
paying for
through
these
the year.
adverts. He's not paying. Don't mention any name, please. Nobody is paying for these adverts.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, all these, some of these sites, they don't actually wait for Black Friday. They
Yes,
they
thank
do
you.
discounts all through the year, you know. And when you go to those sites and you know that okay, you've already planned ahead that these are the things you need for your festive period, and you're not waiting for the festive period to buy them. So whenever you get a discount on any of those things, whenever there is a discount on any of those things, especially that Black Friday season, just make your purchases and you'll be able to get good discount. But there is a tricky part. If there is something you need, just one of it, because some of these discounts can be very tricky. If there's something you need, just one of it, some of these discounts will tell you buy two and get one free, or buy three and get one free. You should know what you need and don't exceed it. I think the best discount that you can actually get is okay, they're giving you 50% off or 30% off or whatever, or they are telling you we're giving 50 people for this amount. You know, you can take advantage of those kind of discounts, but except you have something, you know, that okay, you are going to need more of it, and that's the only way that's the only reason you should be taking um going for those buy two get one free or buy three get one free discounts. So when we say discounts, there are some that you should avoid because they are just out there to, in fact, to frustrate you, because when you spend your money when you're not supposed to spend it, or you spend your money as much as you're not supposed to be spending, you'll be frustrated at the end of the day. So just go and make your plans early, and when you see any of those things you need out on discount, take advantage fast.
All right, thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Plans, you make your plans early enough and execute with those opportunities as they come. One thing I also want to buttress on, based on your thoughts, Rebecca, is that don't run away from opportunities of buy two. Don't run away. If you need that thing, I'm talking about need, not want, because that's the mistake some people make. Need. If you need that thing, buy two, because a lot of people will not be aware of that information and you are bought to let that information pass that season of discount. Sell it and make more.
Good.
Yes, yes, you should pay for that, right? Let that season
Very, very
pass,
good.
then
Good
sell
idea.
it and make
You're
more.
talking like a businessman, like an Igbo man.
Oh, I'm not an Igbo man, but I have Igbo sense.
You have the sense. Yeah, that's a
Ah,
very good
you
idea.
have to
Yeah,
have the
that's
sense,
if
man.
it
You have
is
to have the
something
sense,
you know you
otherwise you
can
just be
actually
buying.
sell.
You'll be buying, you'll
If
be
it's
buying.
something, yeah.
And another thing is, try to buy in bulk. And one of the thing you can do to buy in bulk, you don't have to buy a full bag of rice on your own. Look for like-minded people. Buy. In fact, you can even buy and sell to them. You can buy and sell to them. Since you are the one doing the business, buy and sell to them. Yes,
Yes.
in the office, I see women, ladies, contributing to buy stock fish. I mean, very expensive fish. You see fish of 20,000 naira, and they will not share the fish. I'm like, is this a marketplace? Or let me not mention the name, the name of my organization.
Yeah.
Our women turn to, so it gave me an idea. Oh, you can have group buying,
Yes.
association
We
buying.
do that. Yes.
So you do a lot of
Yes.
that. So it reduces your pressure. And these are the seasons when even association buy for their what members. So you join the
Yeah.
association. Thank you very much. And I have somebody who does that in the place of work too. She always do that towards Christmas. So let's really move on to the next question. Our time is fast spent. We are 7 minutes behind schedule. Very fast, Rebecca. Please, you help us deal with this question so that we can move on to the rest of the question and call it a day for the show. Are there any overlooked or unconventional venues for festive gathering that can be more budget friendly and still and still create that wow feeling.
Yeah, when people think of going out to for festivities, they always think about going out to eateries, going out to all these fancy places and all of that, just because they want to get that effect. But the thing is, parks, like, fine, in Nigeria we don't really have this so many parks. But do you know that just going to a nice feed or a zoo and just spreading a picnic for your family and friends there, you'll be able to play games, you'll be able to do stuff like even flying of kites for kids, some natural games. That's where in those kind of places that are not these regular places that everybody goes to for eat to the eateries to all of that, those kind of places, those natural settings, that's where everybody will bring their own creativity to life. They will play games and they'll be able to even relate with each other better, and they will have that feeling of being together, that feeling of being with their loved ones, that feeling of bringing out themselves in a natural setting. I think that will
Mm,
be, they'll be able to get that better than just focusing on let's go to this eatery, let's go to that.
mm. Interesting, interesting. Thank you very much, Rebecca, for that. And I can't remember the last time I saw a kite in Nigeria. Our kids are on TikTok, except there's a way they can do they can do kite play on TikTok. I don't know. Maybe if we have the time, maybe I'm going to come back to the question of how to marry and actually be away from social media. That's another problem. Even the parents are on social
So,
media.
social media have finished us.
Oh, it is well. Let's quickly move on because of our time. Uh, okay. I think for me, I think you can have gardens. You can have gardens. Some gardens are here in Lagos that you don't know. Last year I visited about two gardens. Was it last year or this year? I think that was last year. I visited two gardens. This year we're going to. My colleagues and I will be going out to. I think that is LCC Lekki Conservative Center or something.
Yeah,
So my team in
it's
the corporate board in the that is in the office. The team that I work with in my NGO will also be going out. Yet to decide anyway. There are a lot of places you can actually go to. A lot of places that you can go to that are pocket friendly. But then when my team and I were planning to go out, and we went to making some findings about some private beach. Uh, the price almost canceled the outing. As
the
the
amount.
pocket
Do you know, now that you mention this, there is one there's one recreational center in Lagos. When I visited that place with my family, like 2022 or 2021, I can't remember the amount we spent in that place, and we are still not able to play with all the facilities they have there. We still did not get access to all the facilities in that park, but the amount we spent per head, my brother,
Hmm.
one have to think twice. You have to, you have to, that is why you plan early so that you will know, because we didn't exactly know how much we would be paying to get in. And the place was very far from us. We spent money on transportation by the time we got there, and they told us the fee. And we were like, oh my God, we are here, we can't go back. We had to pay.
All right. Don't get to that stage when you will get there and you can't go back. And you can also go in. You're on your own. That one will be worse. You can't go back. You can't go in. You'll be in the middle, be watching both ends. Wonderful. Question number 8. I believe those that are there with us are enjoying the show. Please drop your comments. This is corporate life. This is actually corporate life. Oh. Don't forget. Don't mind the way we are laughing. It's corporate indeed. As in, everything we're discussing is for you corporate people, so that you don't get stuck along the way. I think I saw someone dropping a comment. Let me read those comments. Okay, somebody was laughing. All right. Uh, okay. I think Fakomis was sharing with us that there was a time they did some of those things. Maybe those kites playing. Okay, I hear you. Maybe on Facebook. That's when you do your own. All right. Thank you. All right. I can also see Ed against Susan. Thank you, Ed against Susan, for joining us in the conversation tonight. And it's been a wonderful one. It's been a fun, full one. And I can see also Olatoye also smiling. Those are the people that have been making comments, and I know there are more people that joined us on this conversation tonight. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining and dropping those comments. So let me just go back to the question. I think almost done with the question. We're almost done with the question. Question eight, right? That's the last, second to the last question. How can one balance the desire for a festive atmosphere with the need to minimize environmental impact and unnecessary spending?
Yeah, I think this is kind of related in a way to what the one we just talked about now. Like
Yeah,
places that we can marry and still feel that festivity atmosphere, but you still minimize your spending. So if you plan ahead, you'll be able to decide that, okay, this is how much I plan to spend in an environment, the setting. I want the setting, the atmosphere, but this is how much I plan, and this is how I can get it. So you can decide to go to um, Lekki Conservative Center, and you can decide to go to one of those very expensive parks, depend on your pocket, and you just want this experience. You want the experience, the atmosphere, the festive atmosphere, but at the same time, you want to minimize spending. You want to reduce your spending at all costs. So it's just for you to plan ahead. You need to take an inventory. Okay, this place and this place, just have an option of different places that you would like to visit, and decide, okay, in terms of the atmosphere, which one is going to serve us better, and in terms of spending, when we now meet between atmosphere and spending, where are we now going to strike the balance? Where are we now going to take out time to enjoy this atmosphere, and at the same time not spend too much money? Because the okay, the last time I said we actually went to that place, we actually felt that the purpose of our going out was fulfilled, but we were not happy because we felt like we spent too much of money to get that. And at the end of the day, we were still not able to access all the recreational um and interesting activities in that park. Can someone type in the comment section? Let me see. Let me know if I have been taken out. Hello. Just type in the comment section. Let me see. Let me see if I am still with you or if I have been taken out. If you can hear me, okay. Makati is back.
all right. Pardon me,
Okay, thank
pardon
you very
me.
much.
Yeah, I'm back.
I,
I'm
I,
back.
I, I
But
thought
you
I was talking to myself. Thank you very much. Face economy. FA economist, right? Thank you very much for letting me know that. Um, we lost you, Makati. We can see you the other way around.
All right, please give me a moment. Let me just join you. All right.
Sorry for the break in transmission.
Yeah, so sorry for the break. I have to quickly switch to my second laptop.
Okay.
So I hope everyone can see me now. Can you see?
Not yet. Not quite.
Okay, sorry. This other system can be funny. All right, so I thank you for staying tuned. Was right. Rebecca, yeah.
Yes.
Can All right,
Your
so let's
audio.
quickly move on to the last question. So the last question is what we are on to so that we can wrap up the conversation. So it's been before we even move to the last question, I want to conversation tonight. I think and funny, he's been a very light one. He's been very accommodating one. It seems like as though we are joking, but serious matters. These are family matters that are someone's career. These are matters that run people's life, and they go all out in the festive season to spend what to marry. So we want to make sure that happens to you. That is not the reason why I asked conversation, and we're gonna move to uh, last conversation. I mean, to the last topic. I mean, question we show tonight, and is question number 9, and the question: what are some practical strategies now? Practical uh, managing while uh, enjoying. What is the essence of this conversation tonight? This is why we are.
Makati, can you check your audio, please?
This
Check your audio. Can you check your audio? Sorry, you just need to check his audio. He'll be back. Sorry, guys. Thank you for standing by.
All right, Rebecca, can you hear me now?
Very clear. Yes.
All right, sorry for that. That was due to network issues I have here. So back to the questions. The question we have for you, the last question, is talking about the essence of the conversation we are having tonight, and that is question number 9, right? And what are the some practical strategies for managing and reducing overall holiday related expenses while still enjoying the season?
Thank you very much. So, like we said, start early. And you also mentioned something that I had in mind to talk about in this last question in the office, and in the community, start putting money together even from January, February, and you see people buying a cow, two cows, and you see people coming together. They're able to buy a full cow, two cows, and they'll be able to share it, stuff like that. Then they're able to buy bags of rice. And when they were actually paying this money, they were paying it little by little. You don't feel the brunt when you join those groups, those contribution groups. I know in Nigeria it is very, very difficult to find reliable people to do stuff like this with. But the thing is, it's actually working for a lot of people. Like while I was working, they used to do stuff like that in our office. Just contribute little money. Like Macarthy said before, people buy expensive stuff just because they have been paying this money from very, very small, maybe weekly or monthly, and they don't feel the brunt. That's one thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do is to make a list of the people you're going to be buying. Which people do you want to give your gifts to? You also make a list, like we said before, and make sure you start getting those stuff as fast as early as possible, so that you'll be able to take advantage of discounts. You can also do price. You can also compare price online or wherever it is in stores. The stores around you, the markets around you, the ones that sell cheaper products. You can go to this market. Like I live in Benin, I can go to Uselu market that is close to me, and I'll buy something for some amount of money. And if I go to Ring Road, I'll be able to buy it for way cheaper. So that is it. And there's another market that I might still go to in this same Benin that I stay in, and I'll be able to get that same product for even for even way cheaper than I got it in the other market. So the place you live in, the markets or the stores that sell for cheaper, and you take note of those stores. Make sure you compare things, and you can also use price comparison and tools and apps in your phone. You have stuff like that to use in your phone. Then also take advantage of take advantage of discount sales. Buy things when they are cheap. Like take advantage of Black Friday. I've been able to get some things during that Black Friday period. Even one of my friend brought a bucket list during the Black Friday period, and he was like, okay, these are the things I'm going to be getting this Black Friday and all of that. So take advantage of discounts. And at the end of the day, make sure that the most important thing is that you are setting aside money for other essentials, and you are deciding this is how much you are going to be spending during this festive season and nothing more. And something I also forgot to say is like when people come visiting, instead of buying a gift, that there's something they used to do in my office while I was still working. You know how instead of buying gifts for everybody in your office or buying gift for every family member, how about this? They call it Santa. There's a way. There's something they call it. I've forgotten the term they use for it. You get you set up the stage such that everybody picks an anonymously. They don't know who they are buying the gift for. They do that in many offices, and families are already adopting that now. You don't know who you are buying the gift for, but you just know that okay, you are buying one gift this festive period. You know, you don't have to buy a gift for every member of the family, and you don't have to buy a gift for everybody in your office. You know, you are buying one person a gift. That makes it a lot interesting, and you know you are receiving a gift from one person, so that makes it curbs the spending, and you'll be able to work within your budget.
Wow, wow, interesting, interesting. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you very much. I appreciate your coming to the show tonight. And that's the what way we're going to wrap up the conversation tonight. It's been an enlightening one. It's been an interesting. It's been a funny, a fun-filled conversation. I want to say, this is the most interesting conversation I've had in 2021 on this show, and it's because of the way we took the conversation, and it's because we want our audience to get the best out of the conversation. And thanks to you, Rebecca, for being here on the show, and from all of us at the Corporate Life Studio. I have Shemilore Alalade, I have Jeremiah Alalade. Those are two brothers who work with me at the Corporate Life Studio to make sure that those graphics work, and those flyers are beautifully designed, and those videos are beautifully. The videos you're watching is from Shemilore, and the graphic design you're looking at is Jeremiah. And the content, the beautiful content, is coming from Justina Oyedeji. I have Favor Atasie, who is also helping us with research and questions. Rebecca Folayeme is not with us for now because some technical issues, but she has also been helpful with research for guests on the show. So all of us at the Corporate Live Studio, we are so grateful to have everyone joining us this year, and this is the last day in the year 2020. This is the last show for us in the year 2023. We'll be meeting again come January, where we'll not talk about when we're resuming, and we're resuming with full force with a repackaged program for us at the Corporate Live Show. And tonight, we want to say a very big thank you to everyone who have supported us this far. It's been 1 year of consistent discussion, conversation. Every week, people ask me, "How are you able to do this? Why are you able to do this? Who is sponsoring?" No, there's no sponsor, but we are hopeful, as you can see on the screen there, that you are reading this sponsorship request to be able to sponsor this program, because it's coming to your view for free, and it is not actually free. Someone is paying for the cost. So thank you also again, Rebecca, for joining us on the conversation tonight. It's been a nice one.
I had so much fun.
All right, so we say so we want to say bye-bye to everyone, but before we say bye-bye, this is our video again. This was where we were asking you guys to come and join us. Hello everyone, my name is Adeniyi Macarthy. I'm your host at the Corporate Live Show. I don't know what happened there, but I just want to play the video before we go. Oh, the video has refused to play, so we'll rather just December 2023. We'll be discussing a very important topic. Oh, I think I've not gotten used to the system I'm using. So let's call it a night for you from this point and say bye bye to everyone. So bye bye, Rebecca, to you, and bye bye to your family. Bye bye to our audience. Bye bye to everyone. See you next year.
Bye everyone.
Even though it's the festive season, the topic